This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am once again live for you guys today. And I know I didn't go live for the Jake Paul versus Andre August fight, but I did catch the highlights, and it's time for the day after. I hope you guys have enjoyed this daily lineup of videos. I have to apologize in advance. Um, I have the flu. Okay, so not COVID, not anything else, but I do have the flu. So I've been tired lately. So normally, you know, the time to do videos should be right now, but I'm just not. I don't have the energy, so I'm kind of off and on. That's why the last few days I've had fewer vids. I've still been doing them. I mean, I won't be stopped because of a flu, right? It's going to take more than a flu, but it has slowed me down a little bit. Now, to talk in layman terms about Jake Paul being the YouTuber turned boxer, the question is, how good is Jake Paul? Okay, so I'm going to take a look at his career in boxing, right? So we have Jake Paul. Let's go to his box rec real quick. Your captain speaking ban. His opponent was one of the worst boxers I've ever personally witnessed, which 10 guys did that guy beat to get 10-1. I don't know. Let's take a look. Okay, so we got Jake Paul now. He is 8 wins, 1 loss to Tommy Fury, which he ended up dropping him in the 5th round or the 6th round, and 5 KOs to his credit. Now we know this has been shady. We've known these have been hand-picked older 47-year-old Anderson Silva. We have who else do we have that he beat? Guys that have no business being in the boxing ring, old UFC guys, like that shit counts. It don't. um, Tyron Woodley was a pretty impressive win had he been in his prime, but it's always but. Okay. So Tommy Fury was an undefeated fighter himself, Love Island star, brother of Tyson Fury, cousin of Huey Fury, the 2 boxers that are around today. Okay. Is it Tyrone? Okay, I thought it was Tyron. I could have sworn it was Tyron. Let's see. It was Tyron. It's not Tyrone because I used to say Tyrone. Um, Vincent N. What's good, Kurt? Happy holidays. Appreciate you, Vincent. Your captain speaking. Hit the like for CP. Yeah, we got 30 people in here. Let's hit the like button. I can't have that many haters this quick. I hope not. He couldn't even beat the worst Fury to ever be born from his mother's. Say how's good is he? Well, he dropped Tommy Fury, and Tommy Fury ain't all that, but Tommy Fury doesn't supposed to be, because let's just be real about Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury ain't been tested either. Okay, so it is what it is. Emmanuel Ale. Yeah, it's Tyron. Because I used to say the same thing, Emmanuel. I used to say Tyrone. But no, it's Tyron. August is a light heavyweight Texas state champion and a 3-time Golden Gloves champ as well. Okay, Anthony B, his record is padded through minus the fights back in August. Okay, well, I'm looking at Andre August's record right now. He is 10-2-5, the same amount of knockouts that Jake Paul has. Well, he's from the Beaumont area. Shout out to Beaumont if you guys, have peeps down there. Last time I was in Beaumont was last year. I was driving back to Austin. Nikki the Natural Holzen kickboxer who went the distance with Callum Smith would KO him. Too young and experienced being at 40. Well, this guy is 35 years of age. Okay, he's 35. Okay. His debut was 10 years ago. May 4th, 10 years ago. Wow. So I don't know what he's been doing, really, to be honest with you. We want to see KSI versus Jake Paul, and the winner gets the rematch versus Tommy. Hopefully, Big John doesn't get too involved in that one. Vincent N. I just heard John Fury. John Fury states that KSI won't get a chance at all, and he knows better. John's doing that because KSI really beat Tommy Fury, bro. YouTuber really beat the Love Island star. And he was like, oh, he has no class. I will not have a part of it. He can do it without me if he's going to do it at all. All that shit. Look, John's full of shit, man. He started boxing at 21 and went pro at 25. Okay. So for 10 years, he's had 12 bouts. So that's pretty much about a year, damn near, and on average. What up, Kurt? Y'all smash the like button for my homie, King Mike Hall. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Yeah, I got the flu B. Ain't that something? I like the flu B. The flu B. Well, at least it's not COVID or better yet, bronchitis, because bronchitis is worse to me than all of them. Blessed and highly favored. How are you? Man, getting over the flu. I mean, it's kind of, I feel a little tick here and there, but mostly I just feel real tired. Kurt, who you got between Tank and Haney? That's a very good question. I think the better question would be, will the fight happen? Can the fight be made? And what stipulations will the fight be made between Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis? See, Davis, if it wasn't, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for Mayweather, Davis wouldn't have had the programming infused in him already of what he feels is credible and not credible. If Gervonta would have, let's say, been with, I don't know if Eddie Hearn, because see, here's a problem with a lot of these lightweights. None of the lightweights, the only person Eddie Hearn had was Devin Haney, and Devin Haney had to leave Hearn in order to get the Kambosos fight. Everybody else was with other promoters. So you had Kambosos, you had Teofimo Lopez, you had Shakur Stevenson, all those guys, Lomachenko, they were with ESPN. Then you had Tank. Tank was over there with Mayweather, and Mayweather and Al Heyman, the PBC, and those guys. They really didn't have too many people to rev about, to be honest. I mean, they had Rolly Romero, which Rolly Romero was way overrated. Golden Boy had Ryan Garcia. Who else did you really have besides Tank, Rolly Romero? A few Dominican fighters that were okay, but they weren't names, okay? The names that everybody, see, there were enough names between 130, 135, and really 140. But let's narrow it down. Between 130 and 135, you had Tank Davis, okay? You had Teofimo Lopez. They once sparred, and you seen the sparring sessions. Then you had Devin Haney. Then you had Ryan Garcia. Then you had Lomachenko holding down the fort, which Lomachenko, if you guys can remember, Loma was a guy that came from 122 to 126 to 126 to 130 to 130 to 135. So, in essence, Lomachenko came up to show how great he was in the sport of boxing and ran into politics, kind of like how Terrence Crawford went. Appreciate your opinion, as always, Kurt. Spot on. Run those likes up. Vincent N., appreciate you, brother. Where did they find Andre August? Whoever scouted him for the fight was very clever. Well, he's a boxer, though. So you can't say he's not fighting credible professional boxers. Now, you can always question the quality of these boxers, the ring IQ of these boxers. I mean, he doesn't have a bad record. 10-2. Okay, that's not a bad record. 10-8, 10-5, 10-6. That's a very bad record, but not 10-2. 10-1 before he met Jake Paul. I hope he got broke off some cash. I hope he got some, some bands. You know what I mean? I hope he got that bag of fighting Jake Paul because I mean he was on the platform of ESP the Zone. So yeah, Tank may derail Haney because both can box circles around most, but Tank has the explosive power that Haney doesn't. Yeah, you would have to give Tank the power, but in a perfect world, can Tank beat Devin Haney? I think in a perfect world, I think Tank could knock out Devin Haney. But which perfect world we're referring to? This is the keys of victory. Let me just put it to you like this. Tank would knock out Devin Haney. Okay? Because that's his desire. He wants to knock out Devin Haney. He wants to flatline Devin Haney. That's what he said. You know, your dad's going to be crying. I'm going to send your dad home crying. I'm going to hurt you, boy. Kind of sounded like Regis Prograis, right? A bit. But then this is what I think about that other people don't think about. Devin Haney can box, bro. If you know everybody, including myself, and I got love for Bill Haney. Shout out to Bill Haney. You know, I've talked to Bill Haney many occasions. I like Bill Haney. I like his style. I like his confidence in his son. I like what he done. He totally changed the stars and then aligned his life around his family. And look at where look what he put his energy into. He put his energy into his son, Devin Haney. Devin Haney, when I met him, very respectable bloke. Okay. Now, saying all that, what Devin Haney has showed everyone that who's paying attention about himself. He challenges himself and he knows how to box. Does he hit like a mule? No. Is he an exciting fighter like talking about? No. But what can he do? He challenges the best fighters that he could possibly get in the ring with, and he can box, and he has quality. Okay, he has ring IQ. Okay, so he's not the most exciting. That's why he doesn't bring in those masses and those numbers or whatever. And people were butthurt because they had to pay $60 to see Devin Haney, right? And versus Regis Prograis, which a lot of people would feel that shit's supposed to be on regular DAZN or ESPN or wherever the platform is. It didn't supposed to be a pay per view venue. However, Devin Haney is showing you the two Kambosos fights. Yes, even the Lomachenko fight, he knows how to stay consistent. He knows how to stay and stick to the game plan, and he knows how to box. Is he a knockout artist? No, he's not. But he knows how to box. Is he one hell of a fighter? No. But he knows how to box. He knows how to pay attention, and he knows how to stick to the game plan. Okay? And a lot of people don't even know that in the sport of boxing, or their egos or their desires, they get overzealous and do something stupid, and then they end up on the floor somewhere. That could have happened to Devin Haney had he engaged in Regis Prograis, because Regis Prograis is a guy that is looking to knock you out, that does have power. But that proves, okay, Devin Haney proved in his example of his boxing ability, with the things that he knew how to do and stick to, he showed you how you deal with people with power, and power is not everything that it's led up to be. It's not be all and end all. Power ain't. Okay? And when people start realizing that, we will see fighters like Ernie Shavers, fighters like Regis Prograis, fighters like Deontay Wilder, fighters like Mike Tyson, fighters like Julian Lederlow, fighters like Vasily Jurov, fighters that have this punching power. David Lemieux's another one. That these guys, okay, just because they have one knockout punch power doesn't mean that they can always land or they always will be successful with that power they have. They have to have something else. Like I told you guys in that breakdown between Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, I told you guys, I don't think Regis had a plan B. Okay? I told you guys that. Regis doesn't have that Tank power Tank's boxing IQ. Well, he doesn't have the reflexes, and he's not athletic like Tank. I don't know about the power because, see, Regis Prograis, I don't think he has, no, he does not have the delivery system. The delivery system, the reflexes, the agility, the athleticism. He don't have that. Tank, I think that's gifted with how he can move. Okay? That shit he did with Ryan Garcia, that was a reflex. But then again, you got to ask yourself, okay, is that a reflex due to you practicing in that shit, or is that a reflex due to the fact, or is that because of that's a physicality? Is that something that you can do just right now, or is that something you will always be able to do because you've practiced that many, many times? See, that's a difference. See, remember Roy Jones Jr.? Roy Jones could do extraordinary things at a certain point of time. But once the physicality, once the youth, once that fleeted him, okay, that fled, he was no longer able to do what he used to do, what he did to Eric Harding or even Antonio Tarver in the first fight, or fighters like Virgil Hill, guys like that, that he was able to do these magnificent things to. And it made you wonder, like even James Toney, the Roy Jones Jr. that fought James Toney, that gave Bernard the Alien, the Executioner Hopkins, his second loss, was a guy that I don't think anybody could beat at that particular point of time. Because everything, the ring IQ, the experience, the physicality, the God-gifted athleticism, all that was all in place at the same damn time. And I think for Tank Davis, I think he can knock out Devin Haney, but will he be able to outbox Devin Haney for that amount of time? That's the question. So you're at a standstill. Why do I question that? You people say, man, all he got to do is hit him. Okay, will he be able to hit Devin Haney? I think so. He could. I think he could catch him with blows. He might give him Bambi legs. But then again, here's the thing. Ooh, good left hook. Here's the thing I question and I think about with Gervonta Tank Davis. Leo Santa Cruz. Remember, Leo Santa Cruz was able to touch Gervonta whenever he wanted to. And he got too overzealous. And he got knocked out. Spot! Remember that? The man caught him with, and he was waiting for that right hand. You know, you know, Leo just throwing these straight 1-2s. And that's all he needed. That's all he needed. Spot! Over with. Took that boy out. Lots of fighters on that snack. Well, I don't think that that's fair that Davis talks about snack being the amount of people on snack. See, if you want to attack snack, you're attacking everybody that's on snack. You got you had Mikey Garcia, you had Demetrius Andrade, you had Terrence Crawford. You had a lot of people on snack once upon a time. Shit, when Devin Haney came to Shreveport, Louisiana, my hometown, when he came there, you had guys like Frank Sanchez there. That's when I first met Frank, and I befriended Frank Sanchez. You had, everybody was on snack. Snack was one of the promos of the night venue. So I don't know what they're talking about. So that's a lot of people to be ridiculing. You know? Touch him and he gets touched. Devin Haney put on a boxing clinic and didn't fall for his taunts. At one point, that guy only landed 10% of his punches. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Raider. I'll tell you this about Regis. Regis did well the first 1 or 2 rounds until he went down, and I think that broke his concentration. But then again, I think that Regis was able to do things, then all of a sudden he couldn't. And I think that just shows you what happens, you know, when you lose focus. See, he reverted back to that person, you know, to try to wait for the guy to come in. That's why he went to the body. He threw that straight left to the body. He threw that left upstairs, you know. There's a lot of fighters popping dirty, too. That's true. A lot of fighters are popping dirty, but listen, you have to be fair about this shit. You can't come at a committee or criticize a committee for possibly or allegedly being dirty when they haven't had or showed any examples of being dirty. See, I don't think like that. I'm not a huge conspiracist. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't reach like that, especially when it comes to drugs, because drugs can ruin your whole reputation as a boxer, as a fighter. And you don't want that to happen. I don't want to see anybody, like, okay, with the amount of people that got popped, I think that's something extra or something that they decide to do other than some type of vitamin program. Okay? And I'm going to just say that. Let's put it that way. Let's call it what it is. Jake Paul fight was clearly rigged. Well, let's put it this way. If it was rigged, that means he did get that bag. He did get the bag. If it was clearly rigged, he got the bag. Bro, Jake's jabs aren't that intimidating. Never phased Nate Diaz. And yet, a pressure fighter like Andre August was hesitant of going forward against Jake Paul. Well, I did see him get hit, and I was wondering what punch was he intending to throw, being a pressure fighter, Andre. Have you seen him? He was like coming forward, and it was almost like, listen. I'll say this because I don't want to get too far down the conspiracy train, but I'll say this: if it was rigged, and one day Andre August come out and say yes, it was rigged, I wouldn't be surprised because at that point. But I don't think he'll ever do that because if it was rigged, that means they gave him maybe 250,000, 100,000 to blow that fight, to take a shot to take an uppercut. Yes, the uppercut has to land. So basically, they gave this man a shitload of money to take a punch. Big stage got to him, maybe. I don't think he ever been in that. Jake Paul is a YouTuber, but understand what comes with Jake Paul is his audience. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who these people are; they're still people. That may be the case. I think it was genuine. If it was, look, in my case, this is how I look at it. Chances are we'll never see Andre August again. So, for his sake, I wish it was fake. Bars. And I'm going to tell you why I hope it was fake for him. Because if it was fake for him, that means they paid this man money. That means this man is sitting smiling somewhere in the Caribbean, possibly, or waiting for that damn check to clear, or the hush money that he has, he's waiting for it to depend to his Zelle, or however they sent it to him. He knocked out mostly everyone he's fought. Most folks will take that extra payday for a dive. I'll take a dive right now for $250K. King Mike Hall, I think it depends. Now I don't think I would, because for one, it depends on how much. It fucking depends on how much it is. Don't get it twisted. Now, come on. Somebody professional or somebody coming up and they wanted somebody to come in and they offered me. It would have to be like, I don't know. I don't think that would have to be that. I think it would just, hey man, would you take a dive for somebody? Depends on the money. It all depends on the money, man. Bro, Tommy Fury exposed Jake Paul. Every fight has been rigged. Well, critical mindset. If Tommy Fury exposed Jake Paul, that means Jake Paul can still really punch. And that's no Cisco Perez. What's up, my brother? And that's no BS because Jake Paul, if Tommy wasn't on the tape, that means Tommy really got caught with a shot and Tommy's ass really went down. You can't take that away. He might have exposed him, sure. He was a better boxer. He better supposed to be a better boxer. Tommy Fury's supposed to box better than Jake Paul. What, are you kidding me? He's supposed to fight better than Jake Paul. If he didn't, that would be a laughing stock. But yeah, man, like somebody offer you $500,000 to man, what? $500K? Bro, $500K, that would for me, That's just traveling money for me. I'm still gonna be me. I mean, it wouldn't stop me from doing what I'm doing. I probably would just be doing more of what I'm still already doing. You know, Jake Paul has a new team now. He's with Krunk's gym, and Larry Wade is his strength and conditioning coach. They're doing great work over there. I think, what's up, Middle Box Jay? Howdy. I think Jake Paul, though, I think he has power, and I think when you have power, you know, I think you are able to learn other things to uh, assist your power. Paul has power, and that's it. Okay. Well, that means he can't get any worse as a professional boxer. That's all that means. That means that Jake Paul can't get any worse as a professional boxer. That means everything that he learns is going to help him on down the line, especially if he's willing to learn. So that's all up to the mentality of Jake Paul. If he's willing to learn, he's willing to, know the ins and outs. And, I want him in there with more boxers. Let's hope it wasn't rigged. But if it is rigged, I hope that Andre August got the bag, because a guy like that from Beaumont, Texas, is not going to be on that platform like that anytime soon unless he knocked out Jake Paul. And in that case, it couldn't have been rigged if he knocked out Jake Paul. You know, Jake Paul knocks out Tommy Fury in a rematch. More chance of Jake knocking Tommy than Tommy. Look what happened with Tyron Woodley. One went to full rounds, and then Jake Paul knocked out Tyron Woodley in the rematch. Well, if he did that, that means that Tommy Fury would never become a legitimate boxer, because he won't be respected as a legitimate boxer at all. Kurt, he's good. Yano. Everyone sleeping in Joseph Parker versus Wilder. Parker takes it. I'm convinced. I agree with everything John Fury said with no bias. Well, I think John Fury's just hating on Sugar Hill, man, because he never had the opportunity. That's all. Can we talk Day of Reckoning? Yeah, we can talk Day of Reckoning. Why not? Even though I know Monday, I will more than likely go 4 lives next week. 4 live streams. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. No, I got to go Friday because the weigh-ins. Because we got to do the weigh-ins. When he beats a top 20 boxer, then he will be taken seriously. Well, Cisco Perez, let's look at it this way. The man only had 9 fights. So he's still a novice. He's not a contender yet. I think people are looking at Jake Paul in a light you shouldn't be looking at him. The Saudis are going to corner the boxing market with their money, no object approach. Yeah. I mean, if these guys claim they want money, see, all that pay-per-view shit, nobody's going to give a shit about. But see, understand, that's exactly what the Zone wanted to do with boxing in general. They wanted to throw money at these boxers and expect these boxers to leave the platforms that they were. But unfortunately, like half of these boxers were either loyal or brainwashed to the whole mindset, nah, I ain't going to the Zone. I ain't going to that app you put on your phone. I'm not doing that. So a lot of people didn't. What country are mostly your viewers from? The UK, baby. Power jab followed by perfect RT uppercut. Same about the lack of atmosphere in Saudi. Call it space because it has no atmosphere. I've never been to Saudi Arabia. So, Jake Paul wants to fight Canelo in less than 3 years' time. Do you think it will happen? Yeah, in 3 years, when Canelo's like damn near 40. And at that time, you got to understand, Jake Paul will be 30 years old in a few years. Jake Paul is still young. Jake Paul is like 25, 26. He might be 27. So, yeah, he'll fight Canelo, but I don't think Canelo will want to fight him You know, I don't think he would want to fight him. You see Eddie Hearn and Davis text. I seen Davis. Did Eddie Hearn text Davis? If he text Davis, I didn't see it. But I know Javante mentioned Connor Ben, which is of course promoted by Eddie Hearn. I remember that. Paul turned 26 this year, so that means in 3 more years he'll be 29. Okay, so yeah, he's young. Butterbean versus Jake Paul. Let's see it. Man, Butterbean's too old now, man. Butterbean looked like an old farmer from the Midwest. He looks like an old farmer from the Midwest. Canelo may not due to weight issues, but money talks. Canelo, man, I don't know. I think Canelo should retire. I think Canelo should have retired 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Before that loss to Bivol, but at least we seen where his cap was. His cap is at 175. He ain't going up no more. You know, but understand 175, you have some absolute killers. They're either were killers or killers right now. Paul did say that he's willing to come down to 175 to fight Canelo. Well, I mean, Jake Paul shouldn't be looked at as a serious contender. He's not a contender yet, people, and I think we need to remember that. He's not a contender. I laugh when Canelo entertained the Usyk question. Yeah, but and Usyk, he responded because he was like, "It'll be a freak fight because I'm much bigger than him. I'm a heavyweight." Jake fought at his heaviest yesterday at 199 pounds. Canelo would destroy Paul. Fury still banned from America due to his Kinahan connections. The U.S. authorities mean business. Usyk versus Canelo. No way Canelo wins that. How do you rate Jack Catterall, Kurt? I'm from the same neck of the woods as him. Keep up the good work, brother. You're one of the OGs. Salute. Danny Champion. What do I think about Jack Catterall? Jack Catterall, I look at him as he's the European Erislandy Lara. He's slick. He's a southpaw. He knows his distance. He wins fights, in reality, but he does not get the decision type shit. You know what I mean? Like Jack Catterall, bro, is a good fighter. He beat Joe. Like, listen, the day I saw Jack Catterall fight for the first time is the day that I lost respect for Josh Taylor. Why? Because Josh Taylor, he was in there. Oh, I think I beat him. I think I beat him. I think he was in. I think I beat him. I'm like, dude, you got knocked, you got dropped for one, and you got outboxed and outpunched, outworked. There was nothing you did better than him at all. The only reason he won that fight was because he was. Damn, what's wrong with that guy? He was. They were in Scotland. He beat Taylor, bro. But a lot of fights are like that. Man, they just handpicked another can for Paul. That guy wasn't even a jobber. I never seen the guy before. I never heard of him. That's why I hope, he made some money because that's his claim to fame, people. You know? Devin Haney versus Canelo Alvarez. Who wins? Double AR. Dude, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Man, they just handpicked. I already said that. Okay. But no, I think I'm watching this Dream Boxing on the Zone. Like I never heard of these guys, but it's very entertaining. If you guys are not watching anything, you guys may want to turn over there, change over there. Yeah, if I'm Paul, I call out the champion after two more fights is big money. What a cruiserweight? Okay. Do know what he is ranked? You mean on the WBC end, somewhere high? you know, yeah, King Mike Hall. None of us heard of him. No, we haven't. We haven't at all. Jake said he's open to fighting Vidal Riley in the future. Who wins? I have no idea. Salute Kurt. Last night Canelo doesn't want to fight Benavidez. It's sad because us Mexicans, okay, wants that fight. Well, Renee, Canelo's not gonna. I think Canelo, if he doesn't fight the best guys, he just needs to retire. That's all. That's all. That's it. Man, dumbass is over here thinking Paul can hang with Tommy. Paul, who couldn't close the distance with him and kept hanging him without penalties. Jake landed a clean overhand at Tommy, who ate it. Okay. The day Paul beats a 20-0 pro without rigging it, only then he will get the respect he wants. Maybe so. Possibly so. This is my counterpunch on that. I think he should definitely. Damn, he's getting the shit knocked out of him. He needs more fights. He just needs more fights. And when he needs more fights, let's see how he develops and he starts beating people with legitimacy. You know? But do you think he'll ever fight Benavidez this year? No, I don't. And if he doesn't, he just needs to retire. Because Canelo's done enough in the sport. He's starting to slow down. We know he's slowing down. Shit. It is what it is. Hey, Counterpunch family, don't forget to like. Absolutely. Mark Purdy, Counterpunch to you. Jake is almost turning into a Wilder with one punch knockout. Yeah, that's what it seems. That's what it seems. Sending good thoughts from the UK. Memorial Gardens. Appreciate you, brother. Who is the most generous active heavyweight? I say Big Bang. Dangerous active heavyweight. Yeah. Yeah, Zili Zhang is up there. If he's not the top. Because I can't imagine who is at the top. Hergovic? Paul needs to build his resume with better fighters. I think he will. I think, when you see him fight guys that are better and, because see, he's going to eventually fight a guy where his record reflects the fighter. And then you're going to see a totally different fight, hopefully. Absolutely. But, you guys, I appreciate you guys coming on for this short live. I'm about to lay down, get a little tired. I'm going to take some medicine. So, I will be with you guys at another time. Videos are always coming at you. You guys have a great weekend. God bless. And you all have been Counterpunch. Peace.